Master English Small Talk. 5 easy steps for confident conversations anywhere.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the English Edge. I'm Emily.
And I'm Brian. We're so happy you're joining us today. We have a very special and very practical topic that we know is a big challenge for many of you.
That's right. Imagine this situation. You are standing in line at a coffee shop. There's a friendly-looking person next to you. You want to say something, to be friendly, but your mind goes completely blank. You feel your heart beat a little faster. What should I say? What if they don't understand me? What if I say something stupid?
Oh, Emily, that feeling is so common. And it's not just in coffee shops. It's at a company party, in an elevator, or when you meet a friend of a friend. That moment of silence can feel so awkward. But what if we told you there's a secret formula to make it easy? Today, we're going to help you master small talk.
We'll explore why small talk is like a superpower in communication. Then, we'll share our 5 detailed steps with lots of examples so you can start conversations with confidence and style. Are you ready to change your conversation game? Let's begin.
Okay, Emily. Let's dive deep. Why is small talk so important? Is it really necessary to talk about things that seem unimportant?
That's a fantastic question, Brian. It seems unimportant, but it's actually the foundation of all relationships. Small talk is how we break the ice. This phrase, to break the ice, means to do or say something to make people feel relaxed and get a conversation going, especially with strangers.
I love that. So, small talk is like the key that unlocks the door to a more meaningful conversation. It's not the house itself, but you can't get inside without the key. In English-speaking cultures, jumping directly into a deep, personal topic can be seen as strange or even rude.
Exactly. Small talk shows that you are polite, friendly, and interested in connecting with the other person. Think about it at work. When you're getting coffee with a colleague, a little small talk about their weekend can build a much better working relationship than just silence. It builds trust and helps you find common ground.
That makes sense. And before we learn the steps, there is one more very important thing. It's not just what you say, it's how you say it. I'm talking about your tone of voice and body language.
That's so true. Even if you are nervous, try to have a friendly voice and smile. People can hear a smile in your voice. It makes you sound open and easy to talk to, which makes a huge difference.
All right, so small talk is a huge skill. Now that we're motivated, let's get into the how-to. Let's start with our 5-step guide.
Step number 1 is, start with an observation. This is your safest and best tool. An observation is simply a comment about what is happening around you. Let's talk about the first category, the environment. This means talking about the place you're in.
Okay, so if I'm at a cafe, what could I say?
You could say something simple like, "This place has a great atmosphere, doesn't it?" Or, "I love the music they're playing in here."
Those are great. They are positive and easy for anyone to agree with. What about another category?
The next category is the shared experience. This means you talk about the situation you are both in. For example, if you are waiting in a long line, you could say,
"Wow, it looks like we'll be here for a while. I like that one." Or if it suddenly starts raining, you could say, "Oh, the rain came out of nowhere. I hope you have an umbrella."
Exactly. That also shows you care a little. And the final category for observations is a very powerful one. the sincere compliment. This must be genuine and polite. For example, you can give a compliment on something they are wearing.
Right. So I could say, "That's an awesome t-shirt. I love the design. And I remember your tip, Emily." It's always safe to compliment something that is a person's choice, like their t-shirt, bag, or shoes. It's better to avoid compliments about a person's body with strangers.
That's the safest and best way. Okay, on to step number 2. Ask open questions. An open question is a question that needs more than a yes or no answer. It keeps the conversation alive.
Let's give an example. Instead of asking a closed question like, "Are you enjoying the party?" the answer could be just yes.
So, what's a better open question?
You could say, "This party has a great energy. How do you know the host?" This question invites them to share a small story.
Perfect. Remember the magic words for open questions. What, where, when, how, why, and the phrase, "tell me about."
This leads us perfectly to step number 3. Become an active listener. A great conversation isn't a performance, it's a dance. You have to pay attention to your partner.
That's so true. Active listening isn't just being quiet. First, you can use listening noises. Can you give some examples, Brian?
Sure. Simple sounds like, uh-huh, right, I see, got it. These show you are paying attention.
Yes. Second, you can react with short phrases like, "Oh, wow, that's fascinating," or "that sounds difficult." And the most important part of active listening is to ask follow-up questions based on what they said.
Let's do a quick role play. Emily, tell me about your weekend.
I had a relaxing weekend. I mostly just stayed home and watched a new sci-fi series.
Okay. Now I will be an active listener. Oh, a sci-fi series? That sounds fun. I'm a big fan of sci-fi. What's it about? You see? I showed interest, shared a little about myself, and then asked an open follow-up question.
That was a perfect transition to step number 4. Give to get. Share a little about yourself. A conversation shouldn't feel like an interview where you just ask.
Exactly. You don't want to interrogate them. When they answer a question, try to connect it to your own experience. For example, if they say, "I spent the weekend hiking," you can respond by sharing something about your weekend and then ask another question. This give and take makes the conversation feel warm and natural.
Now, here's a quick bonus tip. Sometimes you need a second to think before you answer. Instead of just being silent, you can use some simple filler phrases.
That's a great idea. For example, you can say things like, "That's a good question," or "Let me see."
Right. Or, "Oh, that's interesting." These phrases are great because they show you are listening and they give you a moment to think of your answer.
All right, and the final step. Step number 5. Know how to exit gracefully. Every good conversation needs a good ending. Don't just vanish. We have a simple 3-part formula for the perfect exit.
What's the first part, Brian?
First, make a positive statement. Say something nice about the conversation. For example, "It was really nice chatting with you."
Okay, what's part 2?
Part 2 is the reason for leaving. Explain why you have to go. For example, "It looks like it's my turn now."
And the final part?
The final part is the pleasant wish. End with a kind closing, like have a great rest of your day.
So let's put it all together. At a party, I could say, I've really enjoyed our conversation, but I should go find my friend before she thinks I've disappeared. It was a pleasure to meet you. Hopefully, I'll see you around.
That is a perfect, polite, and easy exit.
Okay, but Brian, before our big role play, let's answer a question many listeners have. What if I do all these steps, but the other person only gives short answers, like yes or no? What should I do?
That is a very important question. First, remember, it's not your fault. Don't worry. Maybe that person is shy or busy or just having a bad day. It is not about you.
So what's the best action?
If you try one or two questions and the conversation isn't moving, it's okay to stop. Just be polite. You can give a small smile and say, "Okay, well, have a good one." And that's it. It's better to end it gracefully than to force a conversation.
That's great advice. Now let's role-play a full conversation at a bus stop. Brian, you and I will act it out. After we finish, we will explain each step we used.
Sounds good, I'll start. Oh, it looks like it might rain soon. I hope the bus gets here quickly.
I know, right? I forgot my umbrella today, of course.
Me too. Happens to me all the time. So, how has your day been otherwise?
It's been pretty busy. I had a big presentation at work. I'm a bit tired, but happy it's over.
Oh, a presentation? That sounds stressful. I'm glad it went well for you. I work in finance, so I know how much work goes into those.
Oh, you're in finance? That's fascinating. What kind of...
Oh, look, here's our bus. Well, it was really nice talking to you. This is my ride. Stay dry and have a good evening.
You too. It was a pleasure.
Okay, that was our conversation. When you put them all together, it feels like a very natural and easy conversation. Now, let's quickly review some key vocabulary from today.
Awkward, meaning a little uncomfortable or strange. Example, there was an awkward silence after I said something.
Formula, meaning a fixed way or method to do something. Example, we use a simple formula to start small talk.
Foundation, meaning the base or beginning of something important. Example, trust is the foundation of a good friendship.
Break the ice, meaning to say or do something to make people feel relaxed. Example, I told a joke to break the ice at the meeting.
Common ground, meaning something two people both like or agree on. Example, we found common ground when we talked about music.
Observation, meaning a comment about something you see or notice. Example, she made an observation about the nice weather.
Environment, meaning the place around you. Example, the cafe has a nice and quiet environment.
Atmosphere, meaning the feeling or mood of a place. Example, this restaurant has a warm and friendly atmosphere.
Experience, meaning something that happens to you, something you do or feel. Example, my trip to the beach was a great experience.
Compliment, meaning a nice thing you say to someone. Example, he gave me a compliment about my new shoes.
Sincere, meaning real and honest. Example, her smile was very sincere.
Genuine, meaning true and real, not fake. Example, he gave me a genuine compliment.
Transition, meaning a smooth change from one thing to another. Example: we used a question to make a transition to a new topic.
Interrogate, meaning to ask someone many questions, often in a strong way. Example: don't interrogate people during small talk.
Respond, meaning to answer or reply. Example: I asked a question, but she didn't respond.
Gracefully, meaning in a polite and smooth way. Example: he ended the conversation gracefully.
Vanish, meaning to disappear suddenly. Example: the cat vanished when it heard the loud noise.
Statement, meaning something you say or write to share an idea. Example: she made a nice statement about the food.
Disappear, meaning to go away and not be seen anymore. Example: my phone disappeared from the table.
Force, meaning to make someone do something they don't want to do. Example: don't force a conversation if the person is not interested.
So, to recap, small talk isn't a test. It's a tool. A tool to build connections, show your friendly personality, and make your daily life in English much brighter and more fun.
Remember our 5 detailed steps. Start with an observation. Ask open questions. Be an active listener. Give to get. And always, always exit gracefully.
Your homework this week. Try to have just one small talk conversation using one of these steps. It can be with the cashier at the supermarket or the person next to you on the bus. Just try.
Thanks so much for listening to The English Edge. If you found this episode helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with a friend.
And we'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell us about a time you tried small talk. We would be thrilled to read your stories. Until next time, keep learning.
And keep talking. Bye for now.